make my body weak, broke 10 ribs just because of a sneeze. He died unexpectedly in a disaster. When I wake up again, but crossed over to the world of immortals. The elder looked at me. You're going to feed me shit. Just because I'm a waste without spiritual roots. In this world of immortals, even doing chores and sweeping the floor is at least broken. Even a bubble of shit contains a trace of aura. That means I'm not as good as a piece of shit. But my father didn't dislike it. A handful of shit and a handful of pee feed me to wake me up. Minga. I want to do all kinds of medicinal baths and feed the bells. Nothing but asking me to increase displacement. So growing up, small fights outside are deadly to me. The ball thrown by the little friend. It just flew me 9,999 meters. Almost died. Since then, my mother sent me to a deserted island. Only a dedicated maid is left to take care of my life solemnly. My mother told me again and again before leaving, be sure to keep exercising. I know that exercise is not just for self-preservation. I feel sorry for a while when an accident occurs. Buy more time for rescue. So exercise has become a part of my life. With my unremitting efforts, finally activated the system on this day. Complete cumulative exercise metrics. The muscular system was successfully activated. I thought it would help me practice bone marrow, awakening the top spiritual root, and instead the system scolded me for doing my dream shit. It can only help me build muscles and stimulate my body's potential. Embark on the road to alternative immortality. Even the newbie reward. It's all a set of mass broadcast gymnastics. So, over the next 2 years, I exercise every day, complete the system task, and I finally entered the introductory proficiency period of muscle cultivation. Just as I was unlocking more system features. When complacent, 4 figures fell from the sky. At the same time, Solemn also received the legend of Ming. It turns out that Nangang Yu was killed and imprisoned. The family was unfortunately involved. It was the royal family who sent me to capture me. After someone confirms my identity, they took me in. And then Solemn came and saved me. But Solemnity was no opponent of British power at the court. In just 1 round, he was seriously injured and fell to the ground. And it dawned on me. Those who bully my sister will never be forgiven. Unexpectedly, this sentence caused several people to burst into laughter. A rootless trash trying to resist me. After saying that, he sent a meteor hammer to smash at me. What seemed like a fatal blow was easily swept away by me. The person who looked back directly froze in place. How is that possible? I am the dignified hidden dragon guard. The voice has not yet fallen. Fly directly by my palm. That's right, this is what I worked out for 2.5 years. Stretching in radio gymnastics. The other Shadow Dragon guards were instantly dumbfounded. Kill the Shadow Dragon guard with 1 hit. How could a piece of trash have such power? Think of this. The 3 of them came to the martial arts without hesitation, and mine was kicking and turning right away. And size movement, dodge 1 by 1. Then he used the chest expansion exercise again to kill the 2. The remaining person trembled and took out a sword. Don't come here. Otherwise, I'll forgive someone. And I didn't hesitate to kick. Let him be a person for 5 seconds. Unexpectedly, The sword in his hand has been destroyed. A sharp surrounding portal appear in front of me. Solemnly seeing this, he immediately spoke to remind the young master. You leave. Someone big is coming out. The voice just fell. A red-haired man walks out of the portal. I looked at him in solemn disbelief. The person who came turned out to be one of the 12 days of the royal family, Fang Xiaochen, known as the red-haired ghost officer. He looked at the corpses on the ground, slowly said that a mere maid can do this kind of journey. The degree is really surprising, but you can die at my hands. It's the glory of your life. After saying that, a laser shot quickly towards the manor, and I just flashed and fell in front of the solemnity. But I was also blown away by this attack. But it's okay. Just passed out. Even Feng Xiaoshen was surprised. Ordinary cultivators will turn into nothingness if they eat me. Could it be that he is carrying a high-level body protection magic weapon? Just as he was about to take us all back. Uncle Zhuangji came over just in time. Feng Xiaoshen said strangely. Aren't you protecting your patriarch? Why are you here? The uncle said solemnly. On the order of the head of the family to protect the young master. Then he turned his head and let Solemn take me away. When I wake up again, has left the island. Solemnly tell me, Uncle saved me. The rest of the family was basically killed. Even the parents are unfortunate. The solemn words were heard. I was shaking all over, no matter in the past life or now. I've been dragging my parents into their protection. Can I do something for them? Solemn heard the words and immediately reminded, the future of crops may depend on you to save. Go to the Zhuangshen extravaganza. Capturing the rice saves the crops. Zhuangshen extravaganza. It is a feast of contempt once every 40 years of jade in the world. Intended to choose the first day to teach Zhuangshen Daozi. Daozi of all dynasties had supreme cultivation resources and privileges. And the royal family will satisfy him on one condition. Even not for Zhuangshen Daozi. Precedent of all culpability. Although the young master has no spiritual root and cannot cultivate, but there seems to be a mysterious force within you. If developed properly, there must be hope. Hearing the solemn words, I'm full of fighting spirit again. From today onwards, I will definitely exercise hard with peace of mind. But now the royal family has issued a wanted notice for me. And participate in the full day. The feast must also be attended by wise monks. I listened to him. My head went crazy. Doesn't that mean I have to join a sect? Just my physique. Isn't exposure a matter of minutes? Solemn but said that the place has been arranged for me long ago. The royal family is hard to find there. In this way, I successfully joined the Royal Forest Immortal Gate. After a year of hibernation, I walked into the ring. Today is the test for outer court disciples to enter Inner Mongolia. At this point, I have won 11 consecutive victories. The host asked the disciples under the stage, "Are you willing to take up the challenge?" The disciples below the stage were silent. On a mountain not far away, a teenager sits on the floor. An old man with a soul body slowly asks the little guy, "Are you ready?" The boy opened his eyes. The face is severe. "Thank you for helping me break through." After saying that, he galloped towards the ring. And the host also saw the boy who was flying. The disciples saw this. Their eyes widened in disbelief. Even the elders find it unbelievable. The mountains are miles apart. The outer court disciples actually have such strength. Just a loud bang. The teenager fell from the sky with a strong sense of oppression. The host was so excited that even his voice trembled. Here comes challenger marketing. The disciples under the stage instantly started talking. It was him. Excellent qualification. Breakthrough at the age of 8. At the age of 11, he reached the 3rd floor of refining tea brocade and became a holy son of the family. Unexpectedly, he encountered 3 consecutive years of regression, neglected by the family. He was also divorced by his fiancée. Just then, a handsome young man walked over. "How dare you come on stage?" As he spoke, he grabbed Yan Zhao's shoulder, trying to get him out of the ring. However, Yan Zhao did not move in the face of the attack. "A flame burns on my shoulder." The bald head was instantly sent flying hundreds of meters. The elder was overjoyed when he saw this. It's dripping spill. There is only a huge gap. Only by relying on spiritual power can we force others back. This lantern festival has actually reached the 9th floor of the key refining realm. It takes more than 10 years for ordinary people to break through the diamond body realm. He reached the pinnacle of practice at such a young age. I saw Yan Zhao walking towards me slowly. Every step I take, the momentum suddenly increased. 30 years Handong. 30 years Hexi. I want to prove to you today. The genius came back. I saw red wolf flames rising in his hands on both sides. The elder's face changed instantly. This is no ordinary flame. This is the strange fire of heaven and earth. The Lantern Festival forcibly fused the 2 foreign fires. Destroying energy burst out. The Supreme Elder was so frightened that he stood up directly. Is he going to use the Buddha Nu Dalian trick? Is he trying to destroy the entire ring? Get ready to go on stage to save people. Yang Xiangmu, who was ready to go, roared. Take it? Guanyin sits in the lotus. The elders heard. A blush flashed across his face. The names of young people's moves cannot be confused. Powerful. The energy of the earth shattering directly hit me. And my nose suddenly itched. A body actually blows away the power machine. In the next second, teleport directly to the front of the Lantern Festival. An easy punch will blow the Lantern Festival away. The host immediately announced the results of the game. The biggest dark horse in this ring, without a trace of spiritual power. All opponents only use 1 punch. He is 1 punch Superman pretending to be 13. But when I went to Inner Mongolia to report, being inspected by officers and soldiers, what's worse is that the dog system won't let me escape. It also issued a mandatory task for me to pass head on. I can't run away. I'm in a cold sweat. When I was on the desert island, that wind-howling day saw me. What to do now? Are you going to break in? But the moment I saw the portrait, I just realized that my worries are so superfluous. Is this Feng Shaoshin blind? And there was a sigh of relief. Next, as long as it develops in Inner Mongolia, no one will notice my Wulingen's physique. But the slap in the face always comes so fast. The first thing you do when you enter the inner door is the root test. Isn't this playing with me? It seems that Yulin Shanmen is at odds with me. Think of this. I'm going to sneak away. Just then, the dog system reappears. Mandatory mission for spiritual power test. I hugged the system and yelled, Other systems help the host get out of trouble. You just pushed me into the fire pit. The system hears the words. He directly gave me a set of lightning strikes and lightning. A senior brother in front asked inexplicably, "What the hell?" "It's on fire right now." The intersect elder Lang Sheng announced, "As long as the photo album lens enters Lin Nei, not only can the realm cultivation be detected, you can also judge the level of the light. Soon it will be my turn to test." The fat elder looked at me with satisfaction. "This one is said to be very generous. 11 straight one-punch Superman." And I looked at the elders, helplessly asked, "Can I do a warm-up exercise first?" After obtaining consent, I did radio gymnastics. By the way, think about how to get away with it. An hour later, the elder finally couldn't take it anymore, and I thought of a way to deal with it. It is the spiritual power in the air. Squeeze all into the side spirit stones, and to achieve the best results. Which move can only be used to push the dumbbells forward? Before waiting for a miracle, the side spirit fell apart in an instant. The whole square fell silent for a moment. The head and several elders were even struck by lightning. The spiritualist actually broke. Elder Shou wants to swallow me alive. The spiritualist was pardoned by the founding fathers. Standing in the Yulin wind for thousands of years, I was smashed by this bastard today. Apologize with death. It's all cheaper for you. I will put you in the refining furnace and torture you for 100 years. And I am also full of grievances. I just press. Punch with all your might as required. Maybe it's expired. After all, it was established by the ancestors of Kaizong. It does sound old. Elder Shou was furious when he heard the words. "You son of a bitch, dare to quibble." Just then, a cold voice sounded. "The side spirit stone that will not be broken for 10,000 years in Anqing, smashed by the decorative Trinity punch."